Hello everyone and welcome back to Python lessons on Codecademy. Today we'll be continuing on with the being a teacher work. So let's see what we need to do. So let's write a function called average. How we do this is define average and parentheses, so it needs to take a list of numbers and returns the average. So what it wants us to call the argument in the parentheses is numbers. And then let's not forget the colon. Inside that function, call the built-in sum function with the numbers list as a parameter. So sum numbers, and what do we need to store it as? Store the result in a variable called total. So total equals sum of numbers. Like the example above, use float to convert total and store the result in total. So to convert, what is the example? Let's see again. 5 divided by 2 is 2. That float 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. So float total divided by length of numbers, and we need to return this, I'm guessing. Divide the total by the number of length, and let's see. Yes, that's fine. So let's move on. Define a function called getAverage. So def getAverage that takes one argument called student. So parentheses student. In that function, make a variable called homework that stores the average of student homework. So homework equals average of student homework. There we go. And repeat step 2 for quizzes and tests. So let's just copy that, but do this quizzes and copy that into there as well, and tests. So multiply the three averages by their weights and return to the sum of those three. Homework is 10%, quizzes are 30%, and tests are 60%. So the times homework is 10%, so times 0.1, times quizzes are 30%, so 0.3, times 0.6. And oops, and return the sum of those. So we need to return homework plus quizzes plus tests. Ooh, okay, I need to move this function actually because it needs to be after that. So save and submit. You have to find getAverage. I have. Oh, no, I haven't. Am I misspelling that? Average. There we go. So that's fine. Define a new function called getlettergrade. So def getlettergrade parentheses has one argument called score, then colon. Expect score to be a number, so it can be a float or an integer. Inside your function, test score using a chain of if, elif, else statements like so. If score is 90 or above, return A, and so on. So if score is more than or equal to 90, 90, return A. Elif score is more than or equal to 80, but score is less than 90, return B, capital B, elif, the same thing but with a C and with other values. So 70 and 80 instead. Oops, not that. Return C, and the same goes for D. Okay, so 60 and 70 here, and then else if score otherwise return F. So else return F, capital F. Finally, test your function. Call your Final test your function. Call your getlettergrade function with the result of getaverage of Lloyd. So getletter and Lloyd. Well, actually getaverage Lloyd, because that should be a number, not a name. As we can see, it works. So let's move on. So good, let's now calculate the class average. You need to get the average for each student and then calculate the average of those averages. So a lot of averages. Let's see what we need to do. Define a function. Well, I'm guessing that we can actually get rid of that. Define a function called getclassaverage. So def getclassaverage, argument students, colon. Okay, first make an empty list called results equals empty list for each student. For student in class, calculate get average student. So for each student item in the class list, so in the students, right? Yes, for student in students, calculate the get average and then call results.append with that result. So results.append with get average of student. Finally, return the result of calling average with results. So return results. No, I can't spell today. Results. No, we need to get the sum of results divided by the length of results. So that should be correct. Yes, so let's move on. So finally print out the result of calling getClassAverage with your students list. Your students should be Lloyd, Alice, and Tyler. So let's call this with Lloyd, Alice, and Tyler. Then print the result of getlettergrade for the class average. So class average and getlettergrade of okay. So do we just need to do this? I'm confused. Did you remember to print the letter grade for the class's average? Oh, and then okay, so we put this in get letter grade of the same thing. And so the average letter grade is a B, and that's the average score, which isn't that good but isn't that bad at the same time in my opinion. So thank you for watching this video, and until next time, goodbye.